This is Brian Sikowski again, the Commissioner for the Eastern Football Conference, and this is the third training video. All these training videos are housed at d7officials.com. For those of you who are working for the Eastern Football Conference, I just want to thank you for your patience I know I've given all of you your close dates and you're excited to know where you're going to be working in the fall, and I do have all that worked out, but I cannot release it yet because one of the schools yet has to lock down where they're playing their games. So once I find out from that school where they're playing their games, I will get your schedules out to you, and I will be using Arbiter to schedule everything this year. And in addition to the Eastern Football Conference, I am scheduling North Catholic. So some of the closed dates that you have might include North Catholic. So just be patient and stay tuned with all of that. This training video is 8 plays again, and it focuses a lot of wing official mechanics and forward progress and spots. I think as a wing official, you need to be proud for your spots, and you need to get them right all the time, and they're critical. So and I know it's not always the easiest thing to do. So I talk about some plays, how we can use some cross-field mechanics, and utilize our deep wing officials in times where they could come and help us. So 8 plays again, and if you have any questions or plays you'd like to see, please email me at bfsikowski@gmail.com. All right, this is play 1 of of 8 for this training video, and first I want to let's take a look at the referee and umpire. We're coming out of a timeout or a situation where the clock was stopped, and we're setting the change or whatnot, and the umpire's over the ball. Looks like a change possession where we're going to just start on the snap, and the referee will chop the play in, and the umpire's over the ball just like he should be. But I want you to take a look at the referee. He chops it in and then walks back into position. All right, what I wanted to see is our referees already be in position, be wide enough and deep enough just like he is right here, but I want him to chop it in and then just be in his position. Okay, the next thing I want you to look at is the umpire. The umpire is standing over the ball, holding the center just like he should, and the referee gets him off the ball with the chop, and he walks back. We want to see our umpires backpedal out of here, because as you'll see here, right when he gets in a position, the ball snapped and he's still moving. Okay, we can't be focusing on our keys if we're still walking backwards. Umpires jog back, get into position, get in a comfortable stance, and be able to stare at your center and both of your guards here. Okay, so we have center here and both the guards. So right now we have the quarterback in a shotgun formation with a running back here and another one here. We're going to watch as this play goes down to the bottom of to the right hand side of the screen here, as I'm looking at it, the line judge's side of the screen down here. Okay, so the line judge will be working snap, tackle, and then this back right here. Okay, so what you'll see off the initial snap, that tackle shoots low on the defensive end, which is legal. It's in the free blocking zone. The ball is still in the zone, so everything's legal. But take a look, and this is why you need to really focus on your keys. Take a look at what the tackle does when he shoots low, and watch his arms. Shoots low and tries to tackle number 9, the defensive end. Okay, now I know what we're thinking. Yes, this could be a potential for a foul, for a holding foul on the left tackle, and this is why you need to have focus on this play as a line judge. Okay, so he shoots low, and the defensive end spins out of it. Honestly, it really does not cause that much of effect on the play. I would be perfectly fine if you let this go. Okay, now let's play the scenario where he shoots low and then the defender falls. Then we have a distinct advantage gained. There was material restriction, and the defensive end was not been able to get to the play. Okay, so in this case right here, I'm fine with the line judge not throwing a foul here for holding, but this is a perfect case where you have to be focused in on your keys. So as we go a little bit further, we see the quarterback pitches the ball back, and the running back gets hit right here. The line judge down here is in good position, has a nice cushion so he can see all of these players around here. So as this play goes forward, he gets hit, and you can see forward progress here. Is the guy moving forward? Is the guy moving sideways? Rule of thumb here, this player is fighting for every yard he can gain, so he is going forward and out of bounds. We want this clock to be stopped. We don't want this wind to happen here. And I want to say good job by the field judge coming in here on an immediate accordion, because there are a lot of players in the enemy territory. But as we can see here, we have a runner going forward and out of bounds. This is a case where we have to stop the clock. It's not as critical when we're talking about with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, but as we get closer to the end of the half or the end of the game, these are critical times and critical seconds, the teams that they might need. So whenever a player is going forward and out of bounds, we want to stop the clock. All right, play number 2, we have a goal line situation where it looks like the ball is on maybe the two or 1 yard line here, probably the 1 yard line. We have the umpire in good position. He's set. He's looking at the center and 2 guards. We have, looks like the side judge here in perfect mechanic position on the pylon here. We'll have the head linesman at the top of the screen over here, who's going to work directly to the goal line. And same with the line judge at the bottom of the screen. So we look at this play here, we're going to get a handoff and a run up the middle. So we all should know at this time, if at any point where the ball crosses the goal line, the play is dead, and anything that happens afterwards is null and void. Now what I want you to watch here is, this is a play where everybody's in tight. The side judge back here can be the hero on dead ball officiating, okay, because he really does not have a key that's coming out. So this isn't the time for a side judge or on the other side a field judge to take the play off here. You can really save the crew with your dead ball officiating. So we have a handoff and a runner goes and jumps and extends the ball. Now at this point, the line judge and head linesman should be on the goal line, being able to rule if this ball crosses the goal line. The ball appears, as we'll see, it does not cross the goal line, so we then have a fumble into the end zone. So let's talk about what happens here. So right now we have an umpire looking at the ball with the fumble. We have a side judge back here looking at the fumble. But I have yet to see a beanbag. Okay, which is okay, because we do not want the umpire to throw a beanbag on this potential fumble, because he does not know if the line judge or head linesman have them in the end zone. So that's good patience by the umpire at this point. So we have the ball going in the end zone and it's recovered by the defense. So a fumble by A into the end zone, recovered by the defense, we have a touchback, right? But take a look at the play. We have number 4 who jumps on, not number 4 who jumps on the ball. We have a player who jumps on the ball right here. It's hard to see, he's behind this player in the green. So the play is dead. Number 4 right here. Watch number 50 come in and just blast him. Okay, we should have a flag for a late hit, unnecessary roughness on this play. This is where these 2 officials need to be focused on the dead ball action and not just watching the player on the ground. Okay, so there's one situation where we cannot relax. We have a head linesman at the top of the screen who nonchalantly walks in and signals touchback. Okay, what I would like to see here is, there's nothing wrong with this touchback signal, but first I would like to see a kill the clock signal. Okay, that does 2 things. It tells the clock operator to kill the clock, and it gives you as the official an extra second or two to process all of what happens. Just do it under control. 2 kills of the clock, and then wave in the touchback signal. Okay? So let's watch. And I would like to see a little bit more hustle from the headlinesman on this play. All in all, the crew did get this play correct, but I think correct as far as the rule of the touchback. But I would have liked to see a unnecessary roughness, a dead ball foul that would have been tacked on to the end of the play. So the white team would be starting from the 35-yard line instead of the 25-yard line. So let's all be good ball, dead ball officials, especially in situations like this when we don't have a key to look at. All right, this third play has to do with forward progress. And forward progress can be kind of a bear for wing officials because sometimes we'll see a running back and a defensive back or a linebacker hit, and there's a stalemate, and then just once you blow the whistle, either that running back's going to break free or there's going to be a fumble. Just be convicted and be confident in your call. Rule of thumb is if you have a running back and there are 2 or more defenders and you have a stalemate, blow the play dead and say that you have forward progress stopped. Nothing good is going to happen from that by you allowing that player to try to break free. The other thing is if you have one player on one player and that the defender starts to drive him back even a half a yard, kill the play, you have forward progress. If afterwards the running back spins away, you tell the coach, I had forward progress stopped and there's nothing I can do. There's nothing that is going to change the outcome of the play. So we have referee in good position here, wide and deep. The umpire set just like we want him to be. This is going to be a pass play thrown over the middle here to number 9. So you see number 9 makes the catch. I want to note it's not a direct line drive throw, so the umpire does a good job not turning around. Okay, I know umpires want to turn and help, but when you have a looping pass, you have a lot more time for the wing officials and the deep wings, field judge and side judge, to be able to rule. If it's more on a rope, that's when you'll need to turn as an umpire to help. But the umpire here does a good job here of focusing in on his keys and cleaning up behind the play. So as we go a little further, you can see right now that number 33 in the blue has rendered the offensive player useless. He's hit him, he has him wrapped around the legs, and he's already starting to drive him backwards. At this point, he's hit and he was hit at this yard line, he's driven back a yard. He keeps driving him back here. We still do not have a whistle. Okay? And what happens, it goes further, the ball gets loose and the umpire throws his beanbag. Because he's assuming he doesn't know what's happened behind the play, and he does what he needs to do. The ball is out and the runner is not down. And what do we have here? Let's go back here. So at this point, you can see the headline's been moving down, and the line judge down at the bottom of the screen. One of you two have to kill the clock. And it looks like you want to kill the clock headlinesman who's running up here at the top of the screen, but you haven't done it yet. So this just adds to the chaos and the uncertainty perception that you're going to give if you don't kill this play, because you haven't killed it yet, and now we have a ball on the ground with an umpire and his beanbag down, and we have a recovery because the umpire's killing his clock. So I'm assuming that the defense recovered the ball and he's going to give it to defense. This is a cheap turnover. This is something we don't want to give. Okay, this could all have been remedied by killing the clock on the forward progress. Now, one other thing I want to note is take a look at the umpire here. He throws his beanbag, he blows his whistle with his finger whistle, and we have one arm signals. We don't want to see one arm signals. Blow your whistle, then kill the clock. Okay, be slow. Look like you're in cruise control here. So this crew needed to handle this play a little bit better, especially mainly the wing officials, because the forward progress on this play is stopped way up here. I can even go a few ticks further at this point, not 5, almost 8, 9 yards back where he fumbles. So let's do a better job with forward progress than happened here. May seem like I'm picking a little bit on the line judges and head linesmen, and unfortunately for those officials and who work those positions, that's the position I work mainly coming up, and it's the position I know best. So I will do my darndest not to pick too much on the line judge and linesmen's, but I feel that I can help you with a lot of things. So I will point out the little things here and there that I see that our wing officials aren't doing. This plays another aspect is, as wing officials, we should be really proud about the fact that we get all of our spots right. And this is where, as a tandem, line judge and head linesman can work great together. You use cross field spots wherever you're able to, and you should be able to give soft spots, like if the ball is thrown up here on the 50-yard line and the head linesman's back here, the line judge will actually have the better view in here for the spot, so he can come in and help his partner out and come into the field and say, hey, this is actually where the spot should be. So this is a situation almost like what I'm talking about. So we're going to have a pass thrown up into this area where the runner dives and makes a catch and slides. And once the runner hits the ground, anything other than his hand or his foot, we know that he's down by rule, and that's where the ball should be placed. So let's take a step back here and look at our keys here. So this player right here is the field judge's key. This player here is the line judge's key. Player up here we have as the side judge's key, and this is the head linesman's key. And I talked in a previous video about head linesman being a little bit slower going down the field on the slide until your key takes you down the field. And as you can see right off the snap, the head linesman's key does take him down the field, so he does a good job sliding. But what I want you to take a look at, this head linesman, his hat is pointed this way, so he's looking in this area. He's officiating air, and we have six officials on the field trying to watch 22 people. We cannot have one of our officials officiating air here. Okay, I would expect to see his hat turned this way, where there's contact between these two players, which is perfectly legal, but that's where I would expect the head linesman's head to be looking. So it looks like we have a play action pass, and the ball is thrown to the top of the screen. So what is going to be difficult right here, when the ball is thrown on the head linesman's side, where he might not have the best view to see this, you'll see the runner makes a diving catch and is down here right before the 40-yard line. It appears maybe about the 40.5 to the 41-yard line. And it's really difficult right here for this head linesman up here to see because of the angle. This is where a crossfield spot from your line judge would really come in handy. And also, if you're in a really good deep official like this side judge, the side judge can get an idea, because look, he's looking right in on this play right here. He knows that he hit about the 41-yard line. If you're a great deep official, and your wing officials, I guarantee, will love you for this, yell out a yard line. If you see him running past this spot, like you'll see here, he's coming running up, and he goes to the 39, where the players finish his sliding. Yell, hey, 41-yard line, 41-yard line. I'm telling you, personally, as a wing official, I'll love you for it, because at this point, it's happening so fast. The catch, the hit, the slide, sometimes you only see the end and the angle that you're at. If I have a deep wing, a side judge, field judge that tells me where that ball is, I'm going to thank him every time. So this is where good crew communication comes in. Crossfield spots between linesmen and linesmen and line judges, and deep wings, don't be afraid to get involved in spots. So instead of spotting the ball at the 41-yard line, we give them at the 30, 39. And you know what? And at this point, it's not that big of a deal, but in a critical part of the game, it could be. And the other thing I want to note, it's a first down. It's a first down at the end of this play. Come in, killing the clock. All right, this next play, I want to show some good officiating where we're not going to be able to definitely say whether the runner was in the end zone or not, but what we see is a great job by the line judge selling this play. And that's a lot of what officiating is, coming in and selling the play. Sometimes situations happen so fast that sometimes we can't process what happened. So one, we got to slow down, but two, whenever we slow down and we make that conviction of what we determine happened on the play, coming in and selling the play will give the perception that even if you're unsure a little bit in your mind, it'll give the perception that you know what you're talking about. All right, so let's start off at this play. I want to look at the position of the umpire right here. And umpires, what I would like to see here is you're responsible. I've said over and over again, and you probably are all sick about it, for the center and the two guards. Okay, this umpire right here. Look at all the players that the umpire has to look through to watch the center and the two guards. And then we look at the other side of the field and look at this nice big opening over here, that if the umpire would just get over into this area right over here, he'll be able to get a better view at the center and both guards and the action that's going to happen with them. It's just something for umpires to take a look at. I know right here we have a right-handed quarterback. It puts you on the same side as the referee, but in my opinion, at this point, I think it gives you a better view of your keys, and it puts you in a better position to officiate this play. So as we look at this play, and the film quality is not the best here. We have a handoff to number 34, who is met with resistance on the line and immediately falls in the end zone, and the ball was stripped. Okay, is he in? Is he not? It appears from here that right here looks like splitting hairs, but it appears the runner's across the goal line. So we have the ball out, and we could have mass chaos here is what we could have. If we have a fumble, we better have a beanbag down. But look what we have here. We have a line judge coming in, strong signal, hustling in on this play. There is no doubt in anyone's mind what he has called. So this is a great job of officiating by this wing official here, because he is on an island all of himself, and he comes in with conviction on a tight play in the goal line, makes the call, and by all means he makes the correct call here. So great job here by the line judge. We got the umpire and the field judge coming in cleaning up, but line judge, great job selling this play, and this is exactly what we want to see. All right, this next play I put in here because I want to talk about backwards and forward pass mechanics that we have here. Okay, line judge, it's all on you, and unfortunately it is. You're the person who's holding the line of scrimmage, so you need to be aware whether it's a forward or backwards pass at all times. And what I will tell you is the philosophy that we want to use whenever talking about forward and backwards passes. If you're not sure, make it forward, because we do not want any cheap turnovers. If you can get help from your across field official and he sees the ball forward, if he knows that it's a forward pass and he can help you, that's great. But line judge, this is solely on you. And you'll see from this play, the quarterback will take it, and we have a backwards pass here. Okay, so right here the line judge should think, I have a backwards pass. If he drops it, I should not have a whistle. We should not have a whistle from anyone. Personally, what I like to see is a punch backwards by the line judge. I'm not sure if that's in your mechanics manual or not. If it is not, in the manual don't do it, but the punch back by the line judge on a backwards pass tells this guy across the field that you have it backwards. So he's not guessing what you don't have. If that's not in your mechanics, then what you should do is, if you're not sure and you don't hear a whistle and you're a linesman, then you have to assume that the line judge has it backwards. Unless you have proof positive in your mind that it was forward, then you can come in and kill it. I mean, these plays are not easy to officiate, and that's why we're paid the big bucks to officiate these on the line of scrimmage. Because I mean, let's just look at our keys, for instance. The line judge down here is working snap, tackle, and then this key right here. Head linesman up here is working snap, tackle, and this key right here. So it's, but the good thing what we have here is we don't have press coverage either way. So you can peek into the backfield just a little bit to see what's going on, and once you see that quarterback start back here on this bubble screen, you know it's going to be a pass to that guy. So what we see here is a good job by the head linesman just stopping, letting the runner go past him and watching the action around the runner. There's no reason to watch the ball carrier at this time. So what I would be looking at is I would be trying to see if there would be somebody in here that's going to potentially throw a block in the back to one of these guys, but there's nothing here. Then we have him hustling down the field, and we have him, the runner, getting a first down. We should, while on the run, we should not have this wind. You can see he caught himself. He wanted to wind, but then realized, whoops, I have a first down. I need to kill the clock. We talked about this a couple training videos ago. Line judges have the luck of being able to look across the field at the sticks, but that doesn't mean that they can't keep the line to gain in their head too. If you want to be a great linesman, keep that line to gain in your head at all times, because then you can just come up very smoothly and kill the clock here. I have nothing really negative to say about the way this was officiated. It's just, make sure in your pre-games you want to talk about how you're going to handle backwards and forwards passes as wing officials, because they can really cause a big mess if they're not officiated correctly. All right, this next play, I alluded to a little bit what your thinking should be as a wing official on this type of play, where we have 1st and 10 from about the 33-yard line. We know that the line to gain will be the 22-yard line. So head linesmen and line judges, you should be thinking that right away. And I talked a lot about hustling in your position, but we also do not want to over hustle here. And it's a very difficult thing for officials, and I can sympathize with a lot of you. You want to show that you're working hard and getting into position, but you don't want to over hustle where you take yourself out of position and put yourselves in harm's way, where A, you could get hurt, and B, you're not in position anymore to officiate the game. The best way that I can tell you how to do that is just try to put yourself in cruise control. You're moving along at a steady pace, whether it's not too fast, it's not too slow, and just try to work towards getting yourself working in that cruise control situation. So as this play develops, we have the quarterback who's rolling to his right. The head linesman at the top of the screen is already starting his slide, which is good. Now as we have this quarterback rolling, as a line judge, I'm thinking, okay, I know the line of scrimmage right now is a 33. He's starting to creep up on that 33-yard line, especially now where he's on the 36-yard line. My antenna's going up, and he's running. So he's committed to running. If he throws at this point, we have an illegal forward pass across the line of scrimmage once he reaches about here. So the line judge right here is in good position. He's letting the runner run past him. And as the runner gets here, we already know he has a first down, potentially, because he's almost about the 23-yard line, and we know that's where the line to gain is. And right now he has the first down. So we have forward progress, and we talked about this earlier. When we have two defenders holding him like this, we want forward progress to be stopped. But what I would like to see right now is, okay, we have it here. We would like the line judge right here to stop about the 25-yard line to get a good cone of vision in here. Okay, because what you'll hope to have across the field is a cross-field soft spot from your linesman. So if you're blowing your whistle here for the play to be over, the linesman will he'll take a peek across and see, hey, the runner was at the 20-yard line, and he'll come up and give you that soft spot across the field while you're cleaning up this mess here. But what happens here is this line judge gets himself in harm's way and almost has the runner fall on his legs, and then he comes in, and the wind would be okay right here if we hadn't gained the first down. But this is where you always have to keep that line to gain in your head. We have a first down, we need to be killing the clock here. So just as the line judge to note here, or if it was the other side, the head linesman, slow down a little bit, take the whole play in. He could have easily officiated this from the 23 to 25-yard line the same way, let the players fall out of bounds, kill the clock, and then hopefully get a cross the field spot from his linesman. And I also want to note a great job by the referee. That was his quarterback, and he's right in here making sure nothing happens to the quarterback. So again, slow down, cruise control, and keep those line to gains in your head. Alright, this is the last play of the third training video, and I always like to end training videos on great mechanics and great officiating. So we have another example of it with this play, and we'll see right here we have 4th and 11 from the 43-yard line. We know the line to gain right now is the 32-yard line. So I've said this before and I'll repeat it again. If you want to be a great linesman, you put that line to gain in your head, because your back's to the sticks, and you never want to turn around and look at the sticks, because that just shows that you're a little bit uncertain about where the play goes. So let's look at the initial formation. We have a shift to have a lineup with a bunch formation. And in my opinion, with these bunch formations, the way I'd like to see them work is you let these players declare. Don't sit here and try to split hairs of, is this guy outside? This guy is this the widest guy? Just let them declare, and then that way you can go immediately to zone whenever, if this guy flares down here on a wheel route, or if this inside guy comes right to the flat, just let him declare, and you'll be able to officiate this a lot easier than determining who is the widest guy and who your key is at the snap. So we'll look at the play, and the quarterback will receive the snap and then roll to the right and run. Okay, I want you to take a look at the head linesman on this play. He does a great job being patient, doesn't fly down the field even though his key may take him a yard down the field. He's letting the play develop. He's being calm, and he's following the play. Looks like a design run, right? So he could have read pass with the receivers going down the field, but he didn't. He read run, which was correct. It's a design run. He backs out a little bit. He may want to hold the line a little bit here, because the quarterback doesn't get that close to the sideline. But that's just splitting hairs here. And as we'll see, he has an excellent spot, because when the quarterback goes down at this point right here, the quarterback is at the 33-yard line, which is a yard behind the sticks. And what I want you to watch especially is he comes in, squares in his spot, and he kills the clock nice and calm. He doesn't come in 100 miles an hour out of control. He comes in nice and calm. He has the spot. He knows that he's short to the line of game. He's going to tell the referee, hey, it's first down defense. Let's set the chains and let's go. And you can already see the referee taking a peek at where it is, because coach is going to probably ask you for a measurement, and you say, coach, your runner was down to the 33, the line to gain is a 32. There is no need for a measurement. We're going the other way. So great job here by the head linesman, coming in smooth, calm, in cruise control, in control, knew the line to gain in his head, and knocked this play out of this park.